My name is Brady Rich. Brady actually means spirited. I found that out through my grandma the first time, actually. It's an Irish name. We kind of come from there. And that's a pretty good way to describe me. I'm a very loud personality. I'm very passionate about a lot of things. I'm adventurous, pretty daring. A lot of people think too daring, especially my mother. I love to do anything outdoors. I love to rock climb, and that's something that I'm actually pretty good at. I love to hike. I love to mountaineer. I love to swim. I love to wakeboard. Surfing is one of my favorite things to do in the world. I currently live in Phoenix, Arizona, when I'm not attending school here in Rexburg, Idaho. But I grew up all over the place. I grew up in Texas and Florida as well. Florida is where I learned to surf for the first time. And Texas is home, I think is what I would consider. Both parents are there. Both my grandparents are from there. And if I had to pick a place to call home, I'd probably pick there. Being a southern boy, growing up along I-10, almost coast to coast, I love summertime. I love the heat. I love the warmth. I love the sun. And this whole winter up here in Idaho thing is not really meshed with me, but I'm learning to enjoy it. Like I said, I love anything outdoors, so I'm excited to try snowboarding and ice climbing and a lot of other things I've never really had the opportunity to do. I have a few hobbies and things that I'm very passionate about. Like I said, rock climbing, but I think the thing I'm most passionate about is health and fitness. I currently am training for an Ironman. I want to be able to do one by the end of the year. It's been a goal that I've had for a long time, but this is the first time I'm really doing anything about it. I run and bike 3 times a week each, and I do what I can to lift to try and strengthen my body. And that kick has kind of come about in the last year and a half. About 17 months ago, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. And for those of you that don't know what that is, you can look it up. 3 minutes isn't long enough to tell you about it. For those of you that do, you know that it's a pretty gross thing, and it's pretty heavy duty. And that really changed my outlook. It changed how I live my life. It changed my diet. It changed my lifestyle. And so one thing that I've had to do is be a lot more active, eat a lot better than I used to. When I was in high school, I kind of accepted the fact, I have a fast metabolism. I'm a teenage guy. I can eat whatever I want, and that's not the case anymore. And so that's something that I've learned a lot about and had to kind of restructure my life around. So I can structure my life around fitness and health rather than having to structure my life around symptoms of this awful disease. I actually found out that I had Crohn's disease at the end of my mission. I served in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and spoke Spanish. I know it's a little weird. Not a lot of people think there's a lot of Spanish speakers in the northeastern part of the country, but there are, and I had an excellent time. It was fantastic, best time of my life. People talk about the best 2 years. I got to serve 18 months before I got sick, but it was the best year and a half of my life for sure. I don't quite know what I want to go into yet, what I want to study. I've loved marine biology ever since I was a little kid, and I would love to go into that field, but it's awfully specialized. So I've also been considering exercise physiology, outdoor recreation management, and maybe going to the FBI, either for linguistics or to be a special investigator. There are almost too many things that I love to do and not enough time to do them all. So I try to do everything I can to live life in a successful way, to get all these things done, to take in as much as I can. Not a whole lot of time for downtime. But I love being busy, and the eustress, the good stress is good. I perform pretty well under it. And so I'm excited to be a student at school. I'm excited to be a young adult. It's an exciting time of life. And I love my life. Despite hard things and trials that have come, it's been a good one, and I'm grateful that I am who I am, and I don't think I would trade anything that I've experienced or that I've done for the experiences, whether or not they'd be less intense or less hard, of another person.